Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks, and today I am going to talk about Somani Home Innovation, which can be a wealth creator going forward in the next 4 years. So let's understand what are the targets and let's understand what you need to do. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position for any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about some money home, a small request that kindly support me on Patreon, and once you do that, it will help me grow the channel, help you also ask me questions in greater detail. Once you get the $10 membership, you'll have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and a number of podcasts that I put up from time to time. Plus, if you pay for 10 months, that is $100 upfront, then you get 2 months extra, so you get a 1 year access with a 25% discount. For detailed market or company talk or a number of stocks you are holding, you can directly email me and we can work things out with a fee. Now about the company, Somani Home Innovation Limited is a newly created entity of HSIL, and it came into being through a demerger of its you can say business. So HSIL was divided into three businesses. One of them was Somani Home Innovation, which provides a number of home improvement products. Their products include kitchen assemblers, you have chimneys, dishwashers, air coolers, water and air purifiers, refrigerators, etc. And they are all state of the art products, all products covered with IoT and state of the art technology. And these are all automated products that work in, you can say, modular kitchens, etc. They work through, you can say, can be accessed away from home through mobile phones and all that. So the market cap of the company is around 2200 crores, and that is what attracted me to the company. A disclaimer that I am invested in the stock at the moment. It is a pure economy play, and once the economy really opens up, you will see Somani Home doing even better than what it is doing currently. Even now the numbers are pretty strong. If you look at the numbers, and these are Q4 numbers, the latest numbers that have come out for Somani Home Innovation, and we saw that year on year there was a sales jump of 68%, year on year a profit jump of 1100%. So from 2 crores the profit jumped to 22 crores. Decent promoter, and you can say small institutional holding. Institutional holding is not that huge, being a small cap company, but promoter holding is pretty strong. Return on equity of around 18% has increased from around 7.5% about a couple of years back. So over the last 2 years, it has done extremely well on the return ratios. Operating profit margin of 11% is pretty decent. A net profit margin which comes out to be on 613 crores, having a profit of around 22 crores. You need to understand that profit was 22 crores because of a tax write back. So there was a tax write back, plus they had to spend around 8 crores for some kind of a goodwill that they have to give away, and there were some others, you can say, exceptional items. So around 16.5 or 16.6 crores they had to just give away, nearly 17 crores of profit. If we take that together, we could be having a net profit of around 39 crores versus 2 crores. If we take that, then the net profit margin is on, or profit margins here is of 6.3%. And if you consider a company like Dixon Technology, which is a completely different domain into electronics products, their net profit margin is between 3.5 to 4%. We have Somani Home with a net profit margin of around 6.3% or 6.5%. At the moment, the debt is extremely low. 1% of the sales is what the debt is coming out to be. So what has been ailing the industry and why these type of companies have not performed earlier, which they are doing over the last 1 year? So we have seen Somani Home from around 90 rupees has jumped it all the way to 300 330 rupees as the price. Global economic slump has not helped, so companies that are trying to export to other you can say countries are not able to do that well, and the slump started in 2018 and it continued through the pandemic, and now there have been a lot of you can say restrictions of even goods, services and people from one place to the other. So that's a huge issue. Raw material cost has surged and it has been surging for quite a while. From 2016 oil prices has surged, and then metal prices has also escalated from 2016 onwards, and that are these are the raw materials for these kind of kitchen appliances and electronic products. There have been other semiconductor items for which the raw material cost has also surged. So the situation has also worsened the current, you can say the pandemic situation has worsened the business environment for these kind of products. You need to understand that when economy was opened up, when economy was fine in 2018-19, all kind of you can say consumer items sold big time, as people used to buy it offline more than online. So companies had to change their way. Somani Home has done that and probably is on a cusp of a major you can say turnaround over the next couple of years. The numbers are set to do well, but over the last 4 years this has been a real hurdle for companies, as because of the pandemic there have been very less face-to-face interaction, and that has led to companies selling less of such kind of products. A decline in construction activity since 2 years has also not helped. As housing activity increases, housing improvement products will also pick up. So this is a very good opening up trade as well. I am very positive that things on the housing front will keep on doing better. Things on the housing front will do much better as vaccination picks up. So in that regard, I believe that things would be better, but this is the major reason why these type of stocks did not do well before 2021. By mid 2020, these all were languishing, and now the bottom has been made in terms of the kind of activity that is taking place in terms of housing. I think it is getting much better, and things are improving on the ground. These companies had lofty valuations. So I'm not talking of Somani Home. Why? Because it got listed just recently, probably 6 8 months back. Whereas if you go back, that companies in the same domain like Acrisel, etc., and there were others which were not doing that greatly in terms of stock price and in terms of sales, are doing much better. It was because that in terms of the kind of numbers that they were producing by 2016, 2017, 2018, in fact, especially through FY18 to FY20, the numbers were not there, but the valuations were stretched, as we have seen with the small cap and the mid cap rally that we saw between 2016 February till 2018 January. In those 2 years, the stock prices went through the roof, 10, 20, 30x, and then we didn't see the numbers follow through in the next or subsequent 2 years. So we saw a gradual decline of prices. So valuations were extremely lofty at that point of time, and we saw a mid cap sell off that led to the valuations becoming cheaper, and these were the things that was ailing the whole industry in terms of stock prices. So, what are the salient features of the company, as why I have picked as one of the multi-baggers, and this is one of the big recent multi-baggers that I have picked. Rarely do I come up with one, and I hope that this one would perform much better going forward. This looks attractive, and these are the reasons why it is looking extremely attractive. So these are the major reasons why I find this stock extremely attractive, and I could see it go up 6 7x from here. First of all, they are producing next generation consumer appliances with inbuilt AI technology. So these appliances are not just simple, you can say your microwaves or dishwashers, or you can say washing machines or other kind of chimneys and such kind of products. They are producing these products which could be easily integrated to the mobile phones, and you can easily operate them when you're not at home even. And they are bringing in more kind of such electronic items to the fore, and the company has a very good vision and a clear, you can say, understanding as to what needs to be done over the next 3 4 years. So a major reason why I got into this stock was looking at a couple of interviews of the management of the past 6 8 months, in which they have talked about, or the past year, in which they have talked about a sales growth of 20 to 30%, 30 40%, and a profit growth of between 30 to 50%. And when I looked at it and extrapolated the numbers, it looked like that the stock could become something big over the next 3 4 years. Not immediately, because the run up in the stock had already taken place. It had already become 3x. So at that point of time, I knew that immediately the movement could be not there. But over the next 3 to 4 years, the numbers could be extremely good. So having a number of products in various segments is also helping. Although there are many companies that are into the domain, so that's competition. I'll talk about competition a little bit later. But at this point of time, in terms of the salient features of the company, it is debt free. It is having a number of products that they are selling, and sales is growing. And we are seeing how sales are shaping up compared to even FY19 numbers. The sales and profits have grown. A low market cap for such a business for sure. These kind of businesses should be, and they have market cap between 15 to 20,000 crores or something like that at least. And this is how companies end up growing from 2 3,000 crores. Slowly they inch towards those numbers, and that's why I believe that this stock is no different. Without any debt, if they keep on growing their sales, I think numbers will keep on increasing. Reasonable valuations. Remember, it is trading at one time sales, and that is what has attracted me. The sales of the company in FY22 is expected to be more than 2000 crores. The market cap of the company is around 2200 crores. Even now, I would say that on FY22 basis, the stock is trading at one time sales. About 2 months back, it was trading at around, you can say, less than one time sales FY22. So it has run up a little bit, 20 30% from those levels. But even now it is trading at only one time sales. I'm saying that if they are looking to grow at 30 40% CAGR for next few years, uh, there's no doubt that once there is a tailwind of the economy opening up, and with the company doing so well in a closed kind of an economy by selling online such kind of products, I think numbers could be very decent. And I think whatever the management has come out with, they are going to achieve that with the help of the vaccination, with things opening up by end of FY22. I think 23 to 25 numbers would be extremely strong. Over the next 4 years, company is set to do extremely well. So, what are the expectation in the next few years, or how does the numbers stack up? That is always a question of a presentation that I make. I made this for Tanla, for Dixon, for Kilpest, and for other companies as well. In Somani Home, if the management delivers on performance, and we have even a 27% profit CAGR growth now. If you look at profit numbers, they are just out of whack at the moment with 1100%. Even last year, they had a 4x growth last quarter. So in Q3 also they had a 4x growth, 36 crores profit versus 9 crores profit. This year they have had, if we take out exceptionals, then 39 crores of net profit versus 2 crores. So the numbers are set to be like this for at least the next 8 quarters. That is what I am presuming, because even for the next 2 quarters the numbers would be better than last year. So June numbers would be better than last year, but still with localized lockdowns, things are not that perfect for these companies. So FY23 will be even better. So yearly EPS of 2025 could be around 44 rupees if we take a 27% CAGR from FY21, FY22 numbers. So I am taking into account what could be the 2025 numbers, that is 4 years from now. So I don't take 1 or 2 years perspective in such kind of stuff, because we don't know how things will pan out in the next 2 quarters. So next year numbers could be up and down, but let's say by 23 or by end middle of 22 things normalize, then the next 2 3 years could be extremely good for these companies, and will produce a very good number. So if we say that by we have a 27% CAGR growth, and if we say in 2022 or by end of FY22 the company produces around 21 rupees of EPS. Currently it produced 7 rupees or something, but I'm pretty confident that 20 to 22 rupees of EPS could be produced this year. We'll see how the last 2 quarters pan out. That is the biggest quarters for the companies in December and March. So then at a 27% CAGR growth, we are looking at doubling of the EPS from FY22. So if FY22 EPS is around 22 rupees, by FY25 I see EPS to swell to at least 44 rupees. Remember that on current earnings, say 1 year forward earnings of 21 rupees, it is trading at only 15 times. At around 300 rupees it is trading at 15 times. At 320 it is trading at 16 times earnings. I see most of these companies or industry PE or companies in the consumer domain, this they trade at 40 to 60 times. Let's say if this company trades at 50 times earnings and it has an earnings of 44 rupees, then we are looking at something like 2200 uh, 2200 as the price. So 2200 as the price in 2025. So we are looking at a 7x growth in the stock over the next 4 5 years, over the next 4 years. 7x kind of a return based on FY22 numbers. As I have said, it has yearly sales of 2000 crores. It would be having yearly sales of 2000 crores. Currently it has around 1700 crores or so, and the market cap of the company is around 2200 crores. So it's virtually one time sales, which it doesn't sustain for long. So there's a clear cut case of a re-rating in terms of that also. Consumer companies who are growing very well, not that those companies who are making losses, but I'm talking of consumer companies who are growing extremely well on the sales front, on the profit front, do not stay at one time sales. So if we take FY25 sales at double of what could be FY22, so at 2000 crores it becomes around 4000 crores. Even if you take that matrix, that if the sales become 4000 crores in FY25, then at 3.5 times sales it would be around 14,000 crores, 14,500 crores. That again amounts to around 2200 rupees as the stock price. So on both calculation, it comes out to be something between 2000 to 2200 rupees as the stock price. Again, do your own analysis, do your own calculation, and have clear cut stop losses in place, because things can go awry extremely easily. Now, what are some of the threats to this type of a growth? As to what could really derail these things? There are issues, there are threats for this company, and we need to take that into account. First of all, heavy competition from other larger players, and you need to understand that in terms of kitchen appliances, in terms of home improvement appliances and everything, there are many companies that are there. The margins are very you can say thin. There's heavy competition. The market share is shared by 10, 15, 15, 17 companies. Somani Home has market share probably of 3 to 5%, no more than that, 3 4%. So there is heavy competition. So the first point is having heavy competition. That is the biggest threat. Second is it has been a late entrant, so it came into this home improvement theme. Although part of being HSIL, it came into the theme in 2015. That is extremely late because most of the companies that are competing with it are in this for the last 20, 30 years. From the mid 90s, I've seen that other companies or brands are in there. So there is heavy competition, plus there is more experience to other players. So late entrant into this scheme of things. And suppose there is a threat that if economy doesn't open up, there is a third and a fourth wave, there is a complete shutdown happening, there is you can say state-wise lockdown that keep on happening, then numbers will keep on shrinking, numbers will not improve, there'll be up and down movement on numbers, and stock may not move anywhere. So that is also a threat. Say low market cap will attract less number of high net worth individuals, less number of mutual funds towards it. But if numbers are really really good for the next 6 8 quarters, we will see high net worth individuals putting in the money. But normally the money really rake in after the company becomes 10,000 12,000 crores market cap. So that is the reason why I believe that these kind of stocks take time to move, rather than move extremely quickly. They move really late on when the market cap improves from here on in. Similarly, another threat is the whole rally in this market, which is broader markets, small and mid cap. It really fizzles out. It will end someday. Once it ends, then no matter how good the numbers come out, the valuations will shrink and the stock prices will go down, even if there are very good numbers, and we have to be then patient for another rally, probably after a year and a half, for the move to really pick up, and the move will be sharp and very quick. So for a shorter term, there could be a situation that say by end of the year the rally fizzles out by October, November, and we see a 1 year lull in the mid and small cap. Then even if the numbers come up, we will see the valuations becoming more attractive, but the stock prices going down. Raw material cost is also a threat. If it keeps on increasing, then eventually it will show on the numbers, and that could have a, you can say, a longer term effect on the bottom line numbers. So I hope that somewhere down the line oil prices and other, you can say, metal prices get curtailed a little bit, so that these kind of companies could do well. If you look at the technicals, then it is looking extremely strong on charts. There have been buying, continuous buying from the 280 300 region, and there is that the stock is taking support there. See, a long term support is around 200. So if somebody wants to wait, it can wait for a major fall and then get into the stock. But there is a strong support between the 260 to 280 region. Currently the stock is at 320. I see that the stock should just hold 300 rupees. So I don't see 300 being broken. If that gets broken, I think 270 280 is a very big support. So if somebody buys, have a deeper stop loss, but have a stop loss in place for such kind of companies. For smaller companies, always have a stop loss of 20-25% at least. So you buy at 320, have a stop loss around 260. If it goes below 260, weekly closing below it, exit. But if you have patience, if you can hold on for 4 years, then you can make a lot of money in it. It is a liquid stock, so be careful, and again do consult your financial advisor before getting into such stock. May still consolidate in the next 2 3 weeks, and it has run up a lot from 90 100 levels, 80 90 levels, or something like that. So it may just consolidate for few weeks. So what is needs to be done? Buy only if you have a 5 6 year time frame. So do not have a 4 year time frame. Have a 6 year time frame in mind, and then you'll make money over the next 3 4 years. We don't know when our targets will be met, but over the next 4 5 years, we could be there. We don't know how the pandemic works out, how things pan out when economy opens up, how the market share picture pans out once the economy opens up, say by FY 23-24. But the company looks set for higher numbers going forward. Wait for declines and consolidation to buy into such stocks, and do not just rush to buy. Wait for some very bad days in the market and then you just accumulate few shares. It's a good company. If economy improves over time, the company should do extremely well, but only take small positions at these levels and increase holding as the stock goes up. So I am of the belief that you need to average out when the stock goes up rather than when it goes down. So have little position and analyze if the stock really crashes as to whether you want to continue with the position or not, and overall have less than 5% exposure into such stocks. So this was a video on Somani Home. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it, and kindly support me on Patreon. Thank you.